Hi guys, how are you? I'm Catherine and welcome to my channel. So if you clicked on this video, you already know what it's about. It's about parenting and surviving COVID-19 and being quarantined in your house with your children. Let's just jump right into it. The biggest thing for me is a routine. I think that is the most important thing that everybody should be practicing while they're home with their children in such a crazy time. For most of us, our children are going to childcare or to school, and when they go there, they know the expectations, they know what is expected of them, and they know the routine. So in that day, and while they're at school, they have the confidence and know what is to be expected. Whereas at home, like, the expectations aren't very clear. It's, you know, you can do this or you can do this, or hey, here's your iPad, or go watch TV. Like, there's not a schedule set in place from morning to night. And in some homes there are, because a parent is staying home full time and they are able to do. When they're home from morning to night, I think that's what gives them a little bit of fear and anxiety of not really knowing what's coming next. And that's where a daily schedule and a routine comes in place. What I mean by routine is it doesn't need to be like 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. This is exactly what we're doing every single day. Some families can do that, but for me personally, that's unattainable, and it's just not my personality. I lay it out that way, but that's not how it goes. A daily routine could include is like having a set breakfast time, a set nap time, snack times, dinner time. Those four or five simple things, just setting a time, and in between those spaces is when your children can do things. What I want to gear this more towards is setting a schedule and a routine where it's minimizing that media use. So TV, Xbox, DS, iPads is a huge one. And I'm hoping from this and all the stuff I'm going to be providing for you throughout these videos and on my Instagram. I am posting a bunch of activities too. You guys are able to do these and not have them on that as much, because when they're at school, they don't have their TV, they don't have their Xbox, and some schools do use computers and iPads, but it's not for an extended period of time. Where for us parents, it's a lot easier to just hand our child the iPads and just be like, go do your thing. And like, it's not healthy. And right now, you should really be taking in these moments and spending it with your child. And even if it's so crazy and it drives you nuts and like you're counting down the minutes till bedtime, take these moments in, because you'll never get them back. Repeat it, say it to yourself, you will never get this time back. So why not make this transition easier for you, and you can be more engaged and more present with your children. And having this routine and having a schedule is going to make that time so much more valuable and less hectic. Create a visual. Do individual ones. You can print out a paper and write down exactly what the routine is, because you can't have the expectation going into it while they're home, like, oh, they just woke up and they should brush their teeth and they should make their bed and they should get dressed, but then they come downstairs and none of it's done. And you can't get upset and be like, that has to be done, this needs to be done, because you didn't set the expectation to what that morning routine is. So you need to figure out what your expectations are and add it onto their schedule. So what it could be is like from 8, when they wake up, you could do like a wake up schedule, and it could be laminated on a whiteboard, paper, whatever it is. Check it off, sticker, because the kids love being able to like put that tactile input and crossing something off their schedule. It's such a satisfying feeling, I feel like, for an adult and for children. Figure out your routine, figure what yours is. For me, our wake up time is usually 8 o'clock. It could vary. I'm not very like regiment, like that has to be the time, but it's typically like 8 o'clock. Weston is up, so what he does is he wakes up, we brush our teeth, he feeds the dog, we have a good morning song. So while we come downstairs, I'm like, hey Alexa, play the good morning song. She plays the good morning song, and then we go on with the day. We have like a little bit of free time so I can get breakfast ready and stuff, and then we go on. So that's our morning routine. On that morning routine, you could write like what is expected. So then they can cross off. I made my bed, I brushed my teeth, I fed the dog, I let the dog out. Now I can relax and have free play. Free play could be with the Legos or anything, because the free play at this point will only be like 15-20 minutes. I don't know what time you guys eat breakfast, but for us, like 15-20 minutes, and then let's bring it back in and eat breakfast. So figuring out your schedule is huge, and making a visual for the kids and then having it out throughout the day. Other things that you can do your schedule, implement fun things, like have special times with your kids, whether it's a craft time, learning time, hands-on activities with your kids, do learning things. There's so many free resources out there for you guys, and why not take advantage of it? Why not? So like I said, set aside some special time with your kids, whether it's a craft time, indoor play, outdoor play, hide and go seek, playing in the mud, go for a walk, little things like that you can. And I think that's very important, is to set aside that time for you and your kids. Really implement a chore every single day, because a child loves the feeling of being independent, being able to help out. Like, children love that. And I know it can actually be so overwhelming. You're like, please just go do something. I'm just trying to put the dishes away. But instead, maybe teach them how to do the dishes. Teach them how to help you make breakfast. Like, little things like that. So find like a daily chore. So Weston is to feed the dog. And I mean, he's little, but he still feeds the dog every single day. And it gives him that sense of independence, and he gets so excited. Or another one could be letting the dog out, or wiping down the windows, or right now, like even wiping down the doorknobs. They say you should wipe down your doorknobs like every day or every couple hours. That's like how serious this is right now. And when you implement those learning times, craft times, your special times with your kids, that's minimizing right there the time that they would be on an iPad. And when they're doing their free time, you can then at that time like check your phone and do that. But Facebook isn't going anywhere, and it's the same as it was probably 10 minutes ago, because all it is the coronavirus on it. And if you go on Instagram, it's the same stuff on your feed. It's always going to be there. And if you need to take some time for yourself, just walk away and take a deep breath, and remember that you don't get these moments back, and you should feel very blessed and grateful that you get to spend this time with your child, because normally they want to be here. They would be at childcare, or they would be at school. The last thing I think is very important during making your routine and your schedule is to be flexible. Be flexible and fun. Don't worry about the messes. Don't worry about if they don't wake up on time. Or say your parents want to take the kids for a day, or your parents want to come over and visit. Like, just be flexible with your time, and just be flexible with your schedule. The more tough you are with it, the harder it is for a kid to adjust for it. So that's my biggest thing, is just be flexible and have fun, but have a visual schedule for you and for your child. Hang it up downstairs if you just have an individual schedule, and have them check it off as the day goes. Give them stickers, praise them, let them know like how good they're doing, and it will be so successful, and you'll see a turnaround in your house, and you will feel like the stress leave your body from this. It's going to promote such a calmer household too. Like, if your kids know what's happening, and they know what to expect, they're not going to retaliate and refuse or anything like that. Like, they're just going to know. One thing I do is I play the cleanup song. I don't know even what exactly it is, but I play the cleanup song. I tell Alexa to turn on the cleanup song, and I do it 3 times a day. And as soon as the cleanup song it comes on, everybody knows to clean up their toys, and that is time we're transitioning into either a snack, or we're transitioning into lunch, whatever it is. They know, cleanup song, time to clean up. So a few tips to carry over as well, besides being flexible and just having fun with this, is be consistent. The more consistent you are, the more the follow through of the schedule, and the kids are going to start to understand like this is what's happening, and their internal body clock is just going to know what to expect, and it's going to decrease the refusal, decrease the tantrums, and that's so important. So it's hard, but right now is the best time for you to set this schedule. Right now, morning to night, figure something that works for you and your family, because what might work for me might not work for you. And this is just going to help your child really calm down and just be confident in everything they do. Kids don't like having demands put on them all the time, but you can make it fun. Like, you can like I said, putting that tactile input and crossing things off, and like giving them chores, because kids, like I said, love chores. And decreasing that iPad and TV time is so important too, because like they're just isolated to that, and they need that social like aspect in their life too, because at school all they do is talk to their friends all day and talk to teachers, and like I said earlier, take the time and to spend it with your kids and to be present. So I'm going to tell you guys what my schedule is and what I practice just about every single day. Sometimes it's a little different here and there, but this is mainly like how my morning goes. So 8 to 8:45 is wake up time, brush your teeth, feed the dog. We do the good morning song, and then from that, like once he finishes the good morning song and feeding the dog, it's kind of free time. So sometimes I'll have an activity in place for him already to do, or he just goes and plays and runs around the house and probably like tackles the dog 90% of the time. Then from 8:45 to 9:30 is I make breakfast. So normally after we do the good morning song and stuff, I'll start making breakfast and he does his free play. And I make breakfast, eat, and then go upstairs and get dressed. After we get dressed, we do our daily affirmations, which is actually written on the mirror. So then that way it's always there, can't forget it, and you have to do it. It's something that I'm trying to practice more for myself and to implement into Weston's life. So then from 9:30 to 11 is daily activities. I usually have this planned out. It's usually a craft, a fine motor activity, a sensory, and free play. So if you go onto my Instagram page, I will put it down at the bottom. On there, I've been posting a lot of free activities and stuff that you can implement every single day with your children to help come up with ideas. A lot of things like you don't need to print, like it's just a lot of household items that a lot of people already have. So that's usually what I do from 9:30 to 11. 11 to 11:15 is toddler yoga. This is so much fun. I love doing it. And he catches on so well. It was very weird at first, and now like you just see improvement. It's so much fun. And I thought that was a good way to like get a movement break in, and it's a good way to calm down before nap time. So that's something new for me. I've only started this a week ago, and I've already seen so much improvement. From 11:15 to 11:30 is lunch prep and free play. So while I'm prepping lunch, he goes around and free plays and just does whatever he really wants. 11:30 to 12 is lunch. If he gets done before 12, he gets up and just hangs out, again, a free play until I get his bottle ready and stuff. 12 to 3 o'clock is nap time. And literally, this is how like before, like, or when I implemented a routine and a daily schedule, it was because Weston was not going to nap normally. He was not going to bed at the same time. It was so drastic. Like, and now, like, literally just say, Baba milk nights, and he literally runs and goes up the stairs and goes to his room. And before, it was never like that. So being consistent and being confident in your schedule and being, like, finding what works for you will work. But like I said, consistency is key. I feel like you hear that a lot throughout life, but that's the truth. Practice and consistency. So when he wakes up from 3 to 3:15 is snack. And during nap time, like if you guys implement one, or you could do like a calm down time, or you could do a quiet time where at that time, like for an hour or so, like you could do the iPads or you could do reading, something like that. From 3:30 to 4:45 is a gross motor activity and fine motor and free play. So at this time, if I can go outside, I'd love to go outside and do something just to get the fresh air, and to who doesn't love being outside. So gross motor normally is outside, but if it's raining, we will be inside. 4:45 to 5:15 is dinner. 5:15 to 5:30 is tub, and 5:30 to 6:30 is flashcards, a book, free play, snack, and bed. So usually I'll do the snack first, and then we do his flashcards, we read a book, and play a little bit, and then it's right up to bed. And like I said, I literally say Baba milk nights, and he's right up. And he'll sleep from about 6:30 to about 8. I stayed on that schedule, which I was very impressed with. So anyways, that's my schedule, and I hope this helps somebody, or at least one of you, to make a daily schedule and just see how it works. And you will be so impressed by the end of this whole quarantine process, like how far your family has come and how much a schedule really does help. And it really helps us stay sane. Like, I feel like you know, like your child's going to bed at 6:30 or they go to bed at whatever time your bedtime is, like, you know that time, like, they're asleep and it's your time. Like, what do you decide to do then? Like, do you want to read a book? You can scroll on social media. You can drink a glass of wine, watch some Grey's Anatomy. Whatever it is that you like to do, you can do that then. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. I am very excited. I have so many ideas. I will be posting another one this week, and it's going to be all about Easter. And if you guys want any free activities or tips or advice, go follow my Instagram at Little Hands Therapy. I will link it below, and there, you, like I said, you'll find a bunch of ideas that you can try with your children. And they'll all be based out of a therapist's point of view and perspective, and into your daily life with your children. Until next time, guys. Bye.